Hi everybody, this is the Football Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, and welcome back to the Football Hut, and hopefully you like this video. And hit that subscribe. I want to talk about something I've never talked about anywhere. This is this guy named Colin Cowherd. What a weird name. I guess he's just an odd character on TV, and I see videos of him on X, that back after this guy's always highlighting him. He doesn't like him, and this back after, I would mention about that, the Funhouse guy. There's something weird about his account. I can't put my finger on it. Whenever anybody writes to him, whenever he posts anything, you see all these accounts that have no following, have nothing. In terms of any kind of following, they don't have their own picture on there. They don't have their, anything. It's just about nondescript people. And I wonder if he has any bots on his account. And it makes me wonder. Because whenever he posts anything about any person in sports, there's always this very strange reaction, an angry reaction, a negative reaction. Stuff that you can get anywhere, It's any kind of like negative reaction you can get from any account online. It's the weirdest thing. But anyway, Colin Cowherd felt he was edgy at ESPN from awful announcing. Quote, when I went to Fox compared to Fox News, I'm not edgy at all, okay? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? In fact, as Chuck Todd half jokingly asked Cowherd, who insists he hasn't changed while everyone else has, does he feel like he's owed a residual from today's shock jocks? No, I think McAfee's a very unique talent, Cowherd said during a recent appearance on the F. Chuck Todd podcast. F. Chuck, who is a failed talk show host, a serious failed talk show host, had Meet the Press for many years. And he wasn't he's not Tim Russell, and he failed. He failed. Quote, I think Portnoy knows exactly what he's doing. Big Cat too. I never considered myself edgy. This is Cowherd. At ESPN, I felt edgy, but when I went to Fox, compared to Fox News, I'm not edgy at all. I've never really changed. They're not really edgy at Fox. What's he talking about? What's he talking about? It's like what Bill Maher always says. I never changed. My party did. You can argue with that, but there's a lot of truth in that. I feel like I've been doing the same stuff forever. Well, you're talking about sports, you dope. What the hell you think you're talking about? What are you talking about? It's not talking about anything. Nothing of value. I mean, let's be honest. I love sports, but there's nothing of value. Cowherd's right that he hasn't fundamentally changed his approach, but his claim that everyone else moved while he stayed put might as well be revisionist history. The reality is that what passed for edgy in ESPN in the 2000s, hot takes about athletes, occasional controversial opinions, looks quaint compared to McAfee dropping F-bombs on live television or Portnoy's Barstool brand. Cowherd didn't get less controversial. The bar for what qualifies as shocking just got moved so high that his current provocations don't register like they once did. Quote, I always say podcasting is essentially radio with a cocktail, not governed by the FCC. You can drop F-bombs, Cowherd said, continued. His conversations with F. Chuck Todd is talk radio, but I can drink a Diet Coke on the air or a cocktail, and we can swear and it's okay. What I like about podcasting is that it's a little looser. My mom, years ago, my late mom, she said, my friend Norma says you're very controversial. I said, Mom, if you tell the truth in your sports, you're deemed controversial. And I said, so I don't look at it as controversial. I think the more honest you are, the more hate you get. And honest is uncomfortable. I don't think he had this conversation with his mother. I don't think he did. I don't think he ever had this conversation with his mother. Cowherd's never sought credit for pushing boundaries, only for being honest in his coverage. While he likes to cast himself as the truth-telling elder statesman, the game has changed around him. He's stuck to his guns and his shticks, which is why he's a Radio Hall of Famer. I've never heard of this guy. But standing still in an industry built on reinvention doesn't make you timeless. It just makes you yesterday's version of a controversial figure. I've never heard of this guy. I've never heard of Colin Cowherd. Ever. Up until recently I saw it on X. Never heard of him. I didn't even know he was a radio guy. Never heard of him. Never heard of this guy. Let's be honest. And the fact he's going on F. Chuck Todd, this guy he's less relevant than any person you could possibly find. F. Chuck Todd, he was being made fun of like 5 years ago. He's not relevant. He's been relevant in years. And he's going on his show, on his radio, on his podcast. You know, like I said, I never heard of Cowherd. Never heard of any of these people. Some of these people. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. And of course, please subscribe to Football Hut, and I'll see you later.